Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Investment Realtors podcast. On today's episode, we are going through this article I found on Google. It's called The Bank of Canada Charts Path Towards Real Estate Crash. Um, Kind of reading through it a little bit, it kind of breaks down what we're seeing right now when it comes to inflation. So they're saying we're hovering around the 7% annual inflation. I'm not too sure we are. Every analysis I've seen other than this article has shown the real price of inflation being a lot higher than the 7%. So we'll go into this article with a grain of salt here and kind of take what they're saying and kind of use our own logic and what we see in the everyday world to kind of compare and contrast what they're talking about here. They're kind of going through in this section talking about the housing prices and the Canadian economy and what the Bank of Canada is doing to kind of lower this crazy market that we saw the last 2 years. The problem is we're seeing a lot of people who bought houses the last 2 years with low interest rates kind of getting screwed over lately, which is how high they're going, especially if you're in a variable interest rate. And one of the problems is that they keep increasing this mortgage rate and the prices still aren't really going down. I think we've seen like a 12% decrease in prices, and I'm pretty sure they brought that up in this article here that they've seen it go down about 12%. The problem really is availability. There's no supply in this market right now. Everything is very slow. Not many places are hitting the market, and the sellers are still holding on to previous prices that they've seen. And if that continues, if the prices stay the same, but the interest rate goes up, you're not going to see many people being able to buy houses, even with that kind of um, increase in interest rates, right? So even here, look, economist Roshi Sondi says they expect a 12% pullback in real estate prices in 2023. So 12% when you're increasing mortgage rates from we were seeing as low as 1.5 to now we're seeing about 6.5. The numbers just don't really add up there. Remax noted in August that the Canadian Real Estate Association reports a 5.3% fall in national home sales during July of 2022. So that's just sales, not prices, just overall sales. Meanwhile, they also shown that the annualized MLS home price index actually increased by around 10.9%. So that's actually a bad sign. If prices have gone up 10.9%, but the amount of properties that have sold went down 5.3%, that's not really looking good for the regular Canadian looking to buy maybe their first house, maybe looking to downsize, maybe to just get into the market at all, even as an investor. So the Globe and Mail report that financial stability concerns vis-a-vis climate change are still worrisome. The transition to a lower carbon economy could put an even heavier damper on real estate prices. Okay, so they're saying that the actions they're going to take to try to combat climate change is going to put a damper on real estate prices. So they're saying with all these regulations, prices increasing on your utilities and your commuting and everything, that it's actually going to affect housing prices. That's interesting. It depends who's buying. I mean, the problem is going to be if the regular everyday Joe is struggling to buy food, gas, utilities, electricity, everything like that, he's not going to be the one buying houses anyways. It's going to be investors. It's going to be people with cash on hand. It's going to be people that could actually afford it. So I'm not really sure what that means in terms of that, but this was a very interesting article. It's makes you think what's going on, and I'm not sure if there's really a solution that they outline in this article. So, all right, that's today's show. We'll be back tomorrow with another article, and you're tuning into the Investment Realtors podcast.